What is going on, everybody? Blazing Confused. You got Mike, you got little man Carson here, and we're at the Bentonville Cemetery. And we were looking for another grave, which you'll see in a different vlog. But while we're here, we wanted to pay respect to a little girl that we didn't know, but it hit close to home for us. Unfortunately, this grave that we're going to show you is this little girl that the unspeakable happened. Geez, I hate talking about this. One night, her parents went out and the neighbors were watching her, and they came home, and the guy, the husband, his name is Zachary Hawley, and I say his name because he's a piece of shit, and he's trying to appeal the death penalty. He shouldn't, but anyways, he left the window open in the middle of the night, went back there, snuck her out, took her to a vacant house, and did the unspeakable. The worst thing you can do to anybody. The next morning, or that night, or early morning, when they noticed that she was missing from bed, they called the police. The police came and searched, and one of my good friends lived across the street from them at the time. So when we heard about the search and everything, I blew up their phone trying to get hold of them. They finally got a hold of me saying it's not their kids, it's people across the street. Zachary Hawley, you know, when the police were looking for Jersey, the little girl, he sat there and helped the police look for her, knowing damn well that what he did and where she was at. But they ended up finding her in a vacant house next door from where Zachary Hawley lived. He, of course, ended up getting arrested. He got the death penalty in the state of Arkansas, but recently he tried to put an appeal on it because he doesn't want the death penalty. He doesn't think the death penalty is fair, even though he took the life of a six-year-old. Which, if I remember correctly, they said nope, they didn't get the appeal. They didn't win the appeal on that because he should get the death penalty 100%. It just makes me angry. But anyways, I'll flip the camera around and show you the grave. All right. This is little Jersey Bridgman's grave. I love the heart, love the angel. It says, "I'm playing with the angels now. See you soon." And that is hard to even read. So hard to even read. Born November 14th, 2006, and died November 20th. 2012.
The crazy part is she was just barely 6. I mean, look at her birthday. 6 days.
Yeah.
After her birthday.
Just little man left his cross penny. I'm gonna leave mine. That's what she looked like. This little sign here. I don't know if there's anything on the back of the... No. This was a horrible, horrible case that really shook the Bentonville, I mean the whole Northwest Arkansas, really. Goodness. Rest in peace, Jersey. And to the parents, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but if you do, we do think about you guys often. I only met you that one time, just shortly after Jersey passed. But we do think about you and hope you're doing well. And if you ever need anything, reach out. Hold your kids tight, guys. All right, folks, we just showed you the headstone of Jersey Bridgman, and so we decided to see if the place is still around where she was kidnapped by her neighbor, and you know what happened. So the house used to stand right over there, and it was a vacant house. They found Jersey in one of the bedroom closets. The cause of death is strangulation. as well as, well, you know, I'm not going to say what he did to her, but you know, you can look her up on excuse me, the internet. She actually has a Wikipedia page. Jersey had a rough childhood. Her dad and mom were separated. She lived with her mom, and her dad would get Jersey. Her dad and stepmom would actually like chain her to the dresser, wouldn't let her do things. Like, they were very abusive, very, very abusive to her. So her normal life was with her mom. 6 years old, it was a lot. She went through a lot. But anyways, that vacant lot right there is where the house was, where they found her. Zachary Hawley's trailer was in between. This is remnants of Zachary Hawley's trailer. You can see the beams that the trailer would have been on. So they took that out, left this pile here, which I don't know why they didn't haul it off over there. But this is where Jersey lived. This was the house. So Zachary Hawley and his wife lived in that trailer. They came over here to watch Jersey and her sibling. Ended up leaving one of the windows unlocked. Came in the middle of the night, snuck Jersey out, which I'm sure she saw Zachary and's like, oh, I know this guy. He took her across here, past his house, and to over there where that empty house was. And that's what he did. The next morning when the police are out here looking, he's out here searching the streets, searching everywhere, looking for Jersey, knowing damn well where she was at. It was a huge, huge deal in her area. Like I said, you can look it up. There's all kinds of stuff on it. Zachary Hawley's in prison. Again, he tried to appeal the death penalty. So he doesn't want to be put to death. This is just my opinion. Anybody that doesn't act like that and is guilty and found guilty, I can't, this makes me angry. But this is what's left. Zachary Hawley's house. They should just get rid of it. I imagine this will all be townhouses. Back when this happened, I mentioned earlier, my friends lived across the street. They actually lived on that corner, right where that new townhouse is. It was kind of a house similar to the Jersey's house. They were houses down here. They bulldozed them all some years ago and built these new townhouses. But this house across the street right here was here when that happened, and same with that one right there. But all that townhouses is new. It was just a tragic thing. Jersey had such a rough life, but you know, her dad and stepmom that chained her to the dresser and everything, they did get arrested. They did go to prison. I'm uncertain if they're still there. I hope they are. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. I know this is a very sensitive subject. I didn't know I was going to be doing this vlog today. We went to a cemetery to do a total different vlog on Betty Blake, Will Rogers' wife, and ended up doing this one because we had to stop by her grave and pay our respects. But thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time. See you guys.